Hi guys, so today I wanted to work on something that had a very specific purpose to it. And for this piece, the things that I really wanted to focus on and practice was having more texture within my line art. And also I wanted to do something that was more sequential, so a little bit like a comic where it progresses through time. And this one, there's not really a lot of a story to it, but I really enjoyed having the opportunity to really show a progression and a change, and that's something that is something that I could really get a lot more practice in. I'm working on graphic novel pages right now, so really any practice that I can get in really showing a change, especially an emotion or energy, is something that I really need and I think is very valuable for me right now. So that's really what I wanted to do with this piece, is for me to have a change of emotion and energy, like I said, where it escalates and things get a little bit more energized. So for this third panel, and I think maybe the first panel, I don't quite remember, but I decided that I went ahead and duplicated the sketch for the owl in the middle panel. That way when I put it in the third panel, I could make sure to keep the same proportions, where I knew that it was going to be in a completely different pose and it was coming a lot more forward and it was actually going to be bigger, the owl was, but that really helps me to be able to have a basis for the sketch so that I already know where the eyes are going to be placed comparatively to each other, even though they're going to be open a lot wider. It really saves a lot of time and guesswork for that kind of a thing, and that's really a huge benefit to working digitally, is that there is a lot that you can do, which it's stuff that you can do traditionally, but it just takes so much more time. So when you're working digitally like this, you might as well take advantage of the tools that you have, especially in reusing stuff that you've already drawn and aspects of the image that's already available to you, like this, where it really takes away a lot more of the work behind it, and that really helps it so that you can just get right to actually creating the image. And it probably goes without saying, but reference was extremely valuable for me in this piece, especially in this piece where I really have never drawn owls, so I have no idea what they look like, but also I was able to look at a ton of different types of owls and the different facial expressions that they had, and that way I could pick and choose what I liked about how different owls looked, and then I kind of just created an owl out of those features so that it had the emotion and the appearance that I wanted. So I didn't have to use one particular reference to create this, and I think that that's a really valuable lesson to learn about reference, is how to really make it your own and how to use what you want and know what you don't need to include and what doesn't need to be in your piece. So yeah, that's something that I think I'm still learning, but I'm starting to get a better grasp of how I like to use reference. And another thing that working on this piece really helped me practice is showing more unrestrained energy, and that's something that I kind of have a hard time with, particularly for human figures. A lot of stuff that I create ends up being very stiff and kind of flat and just unenergized, where things just feel very like there's no life to it sometimes. And I think that this one really helped, because where it was an owl and it wasn't a human, where I feel like it has to be a certain way, I was able to be a lot more unrestrained by what I was already thinking and my preconceived notions about what owls look like. So I think that was really helpful, and I just really was able to enjoy the process of pushing this owl to the extreme, and that's something that I really do want to be able to bring into all of my other pieces, especially in the figures and the expressions as well. That's something that I tend to do really stiff stuff, so I'm excited to really practice doing stuff that's more excited and unrestrained like this was. So that is it for the line art for this piece. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you can catch all my future art videos, including the coloring of this one. And yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you at my next video. Bye!